Why is that woman red? What the hell's going on?
All will be explained here shortly. Ross. Actually, we're just going to use that as a start right there. That's great. That's good stuff.
Alright, okay.
Welcome, Ross Hartley. This lady
Right.
you can't trust. Do you know why?
Because she's red, obviously. Red means bad, evil, danger.
Because she's probably going to betray us. Because
Oh!
this game is Betrayer.
Sounds good. Brilliant. Let's get into it.
Betrayer. 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 Anyway. Betrayer. Game from Black Powder Games, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the name of the developer. Former Monolith people, primarily. That's what they've been pimping themselves as. Like, we've made games like Fear. And No One Lives Forever. So that's that's kind of what they've been throwing around. The weight behind this title has been early access for a while, and they just released it yesterday on Steam. So this is a first-person shooter.
I've been worried about this game.
You've been worried ever since you saw that first trailer. Like, this game's garbage.
No, I didn't say that.
That's what you've been saying, Ross.
It's not a quote. I said it looks like garbage. Be fair.
Well, to be fair, these fog effects don't look great, right?
No, it looks pretty bad.
Pretty bad. So I played first level in this first couple levels of the games don't have this. This is the third area of the game. Had this. I'm like, this has to be fake. This has to be like not. This can't be right. And turns out it's not right. So we're gonna go back actually to the main menu, Ross Hartley, and
Whoa.
change a single setting to show you what I mean. We're gonna turn the world detail level to medium.
Medium.
Medium, because it goes from medium to maximum, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
Eminem, brilliant rap artist.
The most brilliant of rap artists.
So
Brill, as one would say.
what we're saying here is that maybe still a bit buggy. Game only just came out, but still has
Technically, it is a full
issues.
retail product. They upped the price. Theoretically, Betrayer is out. Now,
Yeah.
get back in the game here. Fog effects are gone when I turn down that one setting. It's very
Yeah.
strange.
See, I don't think it looks much different either from the maximum to the medium. Maybe it's just the stream, can't tell much of a difference. But
At least, but you can at least notice that the fog effects are gone.
which is the main thing, so it almost looks better.
Oh, there's a bad guy. And see, there, other weird stuff, like, I don't feel like that guy should have red squares around him. Something about that doesn't seem right. Oh, this guy's
Yeah.
playing.
This game maybe
Oh,
still
God
needs
damn it.
plenty of work.
Most likely. Or maybe there's like another setting, like you saw. I went and turned off that one setting, and I fixed everything. And maybe there's
So-
another setting which will fix all these like weird, like really square, blocky things that don't work.
Yeah, that looks really wrong as well. What's wrong? What's up with that?
It looks wrong. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's going on, but it's wrong.
Because I know that this game has a lot of red in it intentionally to a certain extent, but the red, like, blocky smoke that came off him looked like a bug as well.
It looks like a bug. It feels like a game that came out hot. It's coming out hot.
Yeah, like that.
And you see,
Yeah.
I died that back there because I wasn't prepared. This game's actually fairly difficult in terms of like the enemies will do a substantial amount of damage to you.
It's because you didn't use your slow-mo.
I didn't use my slow-mo. No, there's no slow-mo. I'm sorry, Ross. Sorry. It's not that game.
What is this game anyway? Because I don't even know. They
It
did
is
a bad job.
first-person shooter, hub world-based stealth game.
I had no idea if this was a shooter.
Yes, it is first-person. You have a gun, and you have a bow, and you have a musket. That's my musket right there. They all have different stats. We'll go to our inventory here. Like you can see, damage 35, range fair, speed very slow, deflect chance per 10%. There's an economy system where you can pick up gold. You can sell items. I can recycle items here to make some more money off of it because I don't need any of this stuff because it's all garbage.
But there's no, like, leveling or anything, is there?
There's no leveling, but then there are perks you can pick up and then use, like move 4% faster, reload pistols and muskets 5% faster, become 4% harder to see.
I hate those sorts of upgrades.
It's so slight that I don't really care. Like 5%, what the fuck ever. There's characters, there's people in this game. There's notes your character takes about like the world around him, and then there's investigation elements where you'll find wraiths or ghosts in the world, and you have to like figure out how they died and their problems.
If developers are watching, please explain to me, or send us an email at hal@hiddenaudio.com why put in like a skill, like leveling thing or something, like a perks thing, and have the abilities just 5%. That is so crap.
Well, here's the thing. You can see all these are called crew charms and crew charms. So I'm assuming like ones with better names at the beginning of them will like get me 10% more or 20%.
It should be at least 10%.
At least
That
10.
should
Is
be
that
the bare minimum.
is that the line for you?
5%'s just.
Okay, another system. You saw me die there. When you die in this game, you lose all of your money.
Like Dark Souls.
And Dark Souls. And you can see this pouch on the ground right here that's red.
Uh-huh.
If I go over it,
You
get
recovered?
I get my loot back. I
It's-
recovered. Now, if I died again before recovering it, I lose it all. So Dark Souls. Dark Souls like right there.
And this game's actually Dark Souls influenced. It's not just saying that for the
I
crack.
mean, it's legit. Also, the game has a very bare bones tutorial. It just kind of
You
drops
should
you
actually
in the
play
world.
the game instead of looking at this red walking stick.
Oh no, we're gonna get to the end, but we're gonna do one other thing right here because you see this game. It's got nice green trees and everything like that. This is not the default setting for this game in terms of its art style.
I'm glad, because this just looks like Skyrim.
The default, I'm gonna restore it here, is black and white,
Oh,
and it makes the red make a lot more sense. And I like the black and white because I think it gives the world a very intense look that I really enjoy. It's very sharp.
yeah, I suppose that mustn't have tested very well if they put in the color mode as a...
Yeah, I'm assuming it didn't test well, like in terms of early access. People were like, I want color in my video games, so they gave them color. But I really like how this looks.
I think it looks pretty bad when you're watching it, though. Does that make any sense?
Sure, maybe it looks shitty on the stream. It's hard to say. I think it draws you. I think this game overall has a really fantastic atmosphere to it. It has a really good atmosphere. The story is actually really intriguing so far in terms of like you're going around investigating these dead people's like plights. These dead people's plights, but it's not always like the obvious answer, like he shot himself or he killed her. There's a bunch of different twists into it that makes these investigation scenarios much more interesting. Oh shit, where did I get shot from? Oh, there. Okay. Oh,
So
shit.
it's a stealth game.
It is a stealth game, but as soon as you aggro enemies, like they call most of the enemies around you to the fore.
Yeah.
So it's usually a bad idea to engage them. Most of this game I spent crouched walking around enemies because sometimes it's like this bow right here is your silent weapon, but it deflects off of. But there's a 10% chance that it deflects off of armor, and like that guy saw me somehow.
Yeah, I can't tell if this looks any good or not.
Hmm?
I can't tell if this looks any good or not.
What the
The
game?
game in general, yeah.
Yeah. It looks good in game, and I assume once you give it a try, I assume you will. I like the atmosphere. It gives a very sharp look, and then there's a second aspect to this game which I think uses the black and white really well, which I don't really understand how to do with the color. It's when you shift into the other world.
hmm
Let's go over here. We ring this bell over here. Wait, where did the bell go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Wrong side of the village. We ring the bell here, and then shifts into the other world, which is an inverse of the light and black. So it's much grayer, much smokier. You counter different enemies in this world, and this is where you interact with the wraiths, the dead people who need your help. There are certain activities, like now I'm fighting skeleton men instead of Spaniards. Combat does not feel good in this game.
No, it doesn't look very good.
I
I don't think gameplay-wise this doesn't look very good at all.
It doesn't. It's not fun. I think it has a strong atmosphere. I think it has a strong sense of place. Like this is not medieval times, Isaac Wagner. This is colonial era, early colonialization of the New World here. Okay.
The New World Order.
New
Got
World
it.
Order. And I think they use that pretty well. They drop you into this middle of the strange, nice-looking, cool-looking world, except when there's weird fog effects. This weird, strange, abstract black and white world, and kind of make you just walk around and figure things out. The game is pretty creepy. It has good atmosphere to it. I guess that's where you like get the slight fear influence. It's like they have good. There's good sound effects. They have good audio mixing here.
Seems really ambitious for a first game.
Very ambitious, maybe too much so, considering that there seems to be the gameplay just needs a lot of work.
Yeah, it's they would have greatly benefited on like focusing on one less thing.
Yeah, and I think to me that would be the stealth stuff. That all feels
Yeah,
um,
it didn't look great earlier when you were sort of crouching through tall grass and all that, and kind of.
it's very slight too. Like you hit the C button, you walk around, you hope you don't get seen. You see a skeleton, you aim your arrow, you shoot, they die. Like that's your entire mechanic right there, generally.
You need to do something there.
I shot a skeleton there, you didn't see me. I've been doing a lot of explaining, right? There's a lot to say about this game.
I know, but give me credit. When I do these, I'm pretty good at them both.
Oh, for sure.
Just saying.
So, here's the thing that's not going to play very well off the stream. The game gets you into these different hub worlds, hub areas, but then it's all big open from there on, okay?
Mhm.
So you're kind of... Your first instinct would be, am I just walking around until I counter stuff? No. What you can do is you can hit the X button, and this probably won't play like garbage on the stream, but you'll hear a sound in the direction that you're supposed to go, and you're supposed to follow that sound.
That's interesting. It's a novel way of approaching it.
It's more than just a
Waypoint.
waypoint. It's much more interesting. It's a creepy sound effect. It's cool. God,
What's the benefit of killing people? Does that
they
make
drop
sense?
stuff.
Okay.
They drop money. They drop gold. They drop ammo. All sorts of fun, cool stuff.
Was
so
it easily could have been a game where it's beneficial to run past everything, which you wouldn't really want.
and that's what I've been doing for the most part. Most of what they drop is kind of garbage anyway, but you can sell it, which is like the only benefit of it. I can talk to. So I found this shadow right here, and we engage in this dialogue. Sometimes the dialogue will splint off, and you can choose different options, and your responses will be different.
That's very strange. Yeah, this game is going for a lot of stuff.
I thought I knew what this game was until I actually got into it.
I have no idea what it was.
Now it's like kind of a weird Skyrim stealth thing would be my closest like analog to it.
Yeah, but it's like so not that at the same time. It's really strange.
It's much more thoughtful than like a Skyrim would be, right?
Yeah, and
Um,
I like the idea of an open world game where you're not very powerful. I feel like most open world games now, you're kind of a badass in all of them.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the opposite of that, which is a novel concept, and I think it could be explored a bit better, I suppose.
I find another wraith here. Sometimes you'll encounter them. You'll lead them. Like you can only encounter wraiths in this dark world. So there's different set of activities that you can do in both worlds. So you have to usually exhaust all of the, like after you exhaust all of the things you do, you won't hear the sound anymore. It'll tell you like the world there's no more sounds to hear in the dark.
Have you done the racing minigame yet?
Not yet. I'm sure that'll be coming up. I'm pretty excited about it.
The donkey and cart level, awesome.
Yeah, the donkey cart level, good stuff. Horses. Did you know horses were not Native America? That Europe brought horse over.
Really? Didn't know that.
Fun stuff.
How'd
So
you do that?
so this is kind of what most of the game is hitting the X button, following sounds, and being crouched so that enemies don't insta kill me. Because like when I died those first couple of times, I was pretty close to the home base, so that was fine. But if you're
Yeah.
further out, there's much more chance of you just losing all of your stuff. I haven't lost everything yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that will happen.
I'm just thinking, when you say that, like, is there like multiple home bases? Can you capture like another base and it becomes yours or anything like that?
So it's strange. There are totems throughout the world which, when you activate them, they have corruption on them. And when you activate them, it'll spawn a bunch of enemies which you have to defeat. And then it'll say the totem has been purified, but that doesn't do anything as far as I'm aware of. It's very weird.
Is it similar to a Dark Souls in that it's not the best at explaining its things, its systems?
On one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's hard to tell if that's intentional or not.
Yeah, because like for the most part it seems pretty easy enough to understand.
Yeah, like, I stumble upon most of this pretty well. I think the only things that the totems may do is allow fast travel in it. Let's see, I can print my map here. But those aren't totems specifically.
Mm.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do this sound following the sound thing when I have it turned down like this. But oh shit.
Yeah. That's alright. I generally just kind of want to see more of the game.
I think it's important to. That's why I kind of wanted to just preview it because it's gonna fall under the radar and like just by the where are you going, Skeleton Man? Just by the factor that it is not a huge big game. It's a pretty small game. It just came out. It's not big on the top seller list. It was an early access thing. There's not a lot of attention on this game, but I think it's a fascinating sounding game. Where I just look at this game and when I like play it, I'm instantly like really intrigued by what it is. Doesn't mean it's very successful at it, but it does mean that they at least tried. And I think they get a lot of bonus points for that.
Yeah, I think they probably released it a bit early.
Think so?
Even
early access.
Like that skeleton walking around with the red squares hovering above him. Like,
Oh shit! I haven't fought these guys before.
Oh, exciting!
See, like that sound, that effect around them looks weird. Yeah, that was like a super ghost man.
Generally, particle effects in this game don't seem to be very well executed.
No, they seem poorly executed at best. So I don't know why I just fought. I killed it pretty quickly, but it was like a giant wraith particle effect.
Yeah, with like a skull in the middle. It's like,
yeah. I've seen screenshots. They don't look like that, so I can say for certain now that this game is not supposed to look like this. It may be my fault with my computer. I'm running AMD hardware, so maybe it's not optimized for it.
No, don't say that's your fault. That's their fault.
Okay, sure. It's definitely their fault. I'll mess around with the settings more to see if I can try to fix it. I'll check around forums before I like officially review this game. I mean, it will be a point of the review saying, "Hey, this game doesn't seem very well optimized at all."
Well, it's not really an optimization.
Oh, see, so this is one. Okay, so this is new. So this totem is what I was talking about before. Has a treasure chest next to it. So now I have to kill all the enemies before I can open that treasure chest. So that's new. So that's like an actual like something they're doing with the mechanics there. So like it's at least an evolution of what I thought it would be.
Yeah. And that's just not an optimization thing. That's just shit graphics.
Sure. Yeah. It's hard to say because I feel like I've seen screenshots. I don't think the game's supposed to look like this.
No, it's just bugged.
And you see I've been using my pistol here, which takes a longer to reload than the bow. Does a substantial more damage. But I'll find a bunch of arrows in the environment because, you know, Indians, right?
Native Americans, please.
My people.
Your people.
My people. Like sitting 1/60th.
My homies.
My brothers from other mothers.
Exactly.
It's hard to do this without... It's hard doing this, like, follow the sound thing when I can't hear.
Yeah, I know.
Because it starts off really quiet if you're really far away from it.
I don't think there's a single particle effect in this game that looks a bit shit. It all looks wrong.
all of it seems kind of compromised in some way. I'm going to try up the audio up real quick just so I can know where I'm supposed to go next.
Okay.
The game's generally pretty quiet, so I don't think it will hurt it too much. I think I'm supposed to go that way. Already activated this. Yeah, when I play the audio effect, it keeps pointing me here. That doesn't seem legit.
Don't buy this game.
What'd you say?
Don't buy this game.
At least not now.
No.
I really like what they're trying to go for here. I'm gonna warp back to our point and go into the light world and see if maybe that will reset the audio effects. Oh wait. Oh wait, no. Okay, now it reset. It's like working. Okay, good. I can talk to this ghost man. Wait. How's the audio sound now?
If you just put it where it roughly was before, it's probably fine.
I'm just wondering if I could play it like this because it's been pretty quiet to this point.
Let's see.
Sorry, we don't have people to do this for us, so we can't.
Yeah, we don't have people to pay to do this. No. Um, it's just the main problem is that the whole Twitch 30 seconds thing is the real
Sure.
bump.
Sure. I'm gonna switch back to the light world because I feel like the navigation stuff here is bugged. Let's go back to the world. I think the world looks better in the light because you can see further.
Yeah, I think I'm a good bit louder than you in this.
Is it louder?
I'm louder than you. Like, I think you can hear me fairly well. You're a wee bit quieter. I think it's still listenable, but I would just turn it down a wee bit.
No problem. Let me do that here. How did I miss that guy? Alright, let's turn it back down because now the audio seems to be working on the light world. Let's see here. I didn't have a lot of these problems. Like the particle stuff has been there since the beginning. But in terms of like, let's say, like the sound stuff, if like that doesn't work as intended, then there's really no way to really progress through this game unless you scour every single aspect of the world. And the world's pretty big. Like each little subworld is pretty large. Now those skeletons aggroed somewhere, and I don't know where they went to. I hear armor. Oh, there they are. Okay, he's dead. Alright. Kill that guy. Let's try to get back on track. Killing these guys slows progress down here a bit. Alright, I think I'm supposed to go this way. I really like how this game looks.
Is there much variety in terms of playing it?
They've introduced a couple new enemies in this new area here. That Wraith was one of them, and there's like these pseudo-Native American people that are on fire. But in terms of like gameplay variety, is there more than just shooting people?
Well, just like just the gameplay in general. Like usually in a game like this, there's not really that much variety, but usually they have so much more going on, but it's not really an issue. But because this game's slightly smaller, it's obviously a much smaller production.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like indie production, trying to focus on one or two things, it's probably focusing on too many things, as is.
Yeah. The fact that it's this sort of open world game, it's not really an open world game, but has that sort of vibe about it, is interesting. Like, that's just a twist that I wasn't expecting from this game.
And the game starts out very linear, like there's a trail, you walk it, you can't go off the trail, but as soon as you get into the first area, you're like, this world is big. And this is just one of the many areas. Keeps making it sound like I aggroed somebody, but oh, there he is. Some of these enemies are hard to see, despite like, he's a coward, he's running away, what a bitch.
The lack of weapons might be a downer.
It starts you off with the bow initially, but you get the pistol and the musket.
You don't think you're gonna get any more of it?
God damn it. Yeah, the shooting in this game doesn't feel good at all. Not in the slightest.
But do you think you're gonna get any more weapons, or is that gonna be it?
It's hard to tell, especially with a game that's like a time period thing like this.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine more weapons unless they get really crazy. Like, here's a spirit gun.
Well, I was surprised that there's like no melee, like.
Oh,
weapon.
there is a melee. It's here. Is it? It's. Oh, you can throw your tomahawk. I haven't done a lot of that because it feels kind of. I don't know if I could land it very well. It seems kind of shoddy there. Which was the melee? Is it E? Yeah, E is melee. You do this knife thing, but it's kind of slow to pull out and doesn't feel great. Very few parts of this game that you actually like interact with it don't feel great. Like you can see me throwing that tomahawk there and doing the knife. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, there's like a slight delay. It takes a little bit too long for
and
the
I don't trust.
tomahawk to come out.
I don't trust like the tomahawk throwing animation. Like I don't trust it like in terms of hitboxes.
I don't trust you.
I
Yeah.
don't trust you. The game's called Betrayer, man. Like come
I
on.
know, it's horrible.
And I don't trust like the knife swiping. Like I don't know how close I'd have to be. Like there's an achievement for backstabbing a bunch of people. I don't even know how you would do that because enemies move around a lot even when they're on patrol, and you get like fucking notice off.
I wonder if there's like an animation for it or not.
Oh, oh, that guy almost got me. See, I
How does
knifed him
health
though.
work?
I knifed him though.
How does health work?
Health. You go to those water barrels where you saw those janky particle effects around.
Oh yeah.
You refill your health, and you start off with 2 water skins, which are those pluses above your health right there. When you use one, it refills some of your health, and you go refill it when you go to one of those water barrels.
So it's like an Estus class.
What the fuck?
Interesting.
These guys take a lot of arrows. There we
Arrow sponge.
go. These guys are fucking arrow sponges.
Voodoo doll.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, don't kill me here. I just got back here.
Yeah, it even says recovered your loot.
Yep. The inspiration at least seems pretty... Is there another guy? Oh, there is. I'm gonna take out my gun and shoot this fucking guy. Ah, that didn't do
The
it.
gun seems pretty good. But obviously ammo's the problem around it.
Ammo's the problem here. I'm out of health. This guy's running away. Being a jerk.
I do like
This
the
isn't
blood.
doing anything.
I think the blood looks kind of neat.
Here we go, got him. I'm so bad. I'm doing so bad right here. I got 17 health, out of health packs. Those
You'll be okay.
the problem with those Indian enemies that you fight is that you can't sneak up on them, it seems like. So you're kind of
Do they respawn? When you go back to your base?
I have... Yes, I do. Dark Souls.
Okay.
I pick up all these arrows on the ground. Arrows are rendered in the world, so where you shoot, you can go pick them up. Okay, let's try to get back on some kind of path here. Minor detour because I died.
I'm unconvinced by this game.
What?
Even if it was working as intended, I'm just not.
You're not... Even if it was, like, the perfect, like perfect rendering of this idea and concept, would you not be sold on it?
No.
Even if those particle effects worked?
That's what I mean, like if the game was working as intended.
Yeah. I really like the idea of it. Like a game that kind of does the open world thing, but has a much more like... It's not just about like collecting bigger stat things or like loot. Like if there's like an actual story and atmosphere that you're trying to build, I think that's really promising.
Yeah, it just seems a bit confused. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And,
Here's a building up here. There's a couple dudes around it. Let's see if we can... That's a lot of people though. I don't have no health.
the reason why there haven't really been that many Dark Souls clones, really ever, is because that's a really hard thing to copy and do it well.
Like I believe after you start playing Dark Souls, kind of for real this time, in my opinion.
For real.
I mean, you started like actually digging into it. Like you usually kind of like get to Undead Burg and not go out much further.
I beat the Taurus Demon. Thank you very much.
Taurus Demon. That's still the Undead Burg.
No.
Oh, so I died again there. As soon as, like, that's the problem with the bow is that it has deflect chance. So if you shoot a guy in the head or anywhere, because these Spaniards have armor.
Yeah.
There's a chance that the arrow just will bounce off. They'll instantly turn around and like blow you away in one shot. And that's what I mean by like the game is stealth, but like even like it's even less stealth mechanics like The Last of Us, for example. Like you can't throw.
What
like
a diss.
You like that?
Yeah, that's a real diss.
You can't throw
Both
things.
to this game and The Last of Us, that's a real diss.
This game will get the most innovative game or whatever.
Well, you know, I would say this game is a more, not ambitious, but like it's trying to do more things than The Last of Us.
I just got a charm that gave me 200% more melee damage and attack 10% faster. That sounds alright.
This
Really,
looks really good. Do you ever have to jump off a ledge to get an item in this game?
jump off a ledge?
Yeah, like you have to jump down to get to somewhere to get an item.
No, not so far. Like, see,
Is
there's
there a
that guy right
punch
there.
attack?
I'm just gonna walk past him, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fight any of these people. They're not fun to fight. You only have the one stealth mechanic, and like it's not that well.
It also seems really hard to fight them as well. Yeah.
As I
I
wonder
don't
if like
like
maybe this is easier to play with like a gamepad because like this game's kind of jittery with the mouse. Like I don't know if you can tell with like the aiming and stuff, and hitboxes seem really weird.
Yeah.
Like I believe there's a skeleton I fought earlier. Like you saw, I like aimed way ahead of him, and somehow he still like died. Like it was really.
You were compensating for the arrow.
Maybe.
Trying to give the game some credit.
That should have hit. Okay. Killed that guy in one hit. Oh, there's a big guy. These guys throw rocks at you. Did he see me? I think he fucking saw me. Yeah, these guys throw giant rocks at you, which is a bummer. Because I remember Spaniards probably did that in real life. But it looks like I exploited the AI to the point where he's stuck behind this tree, and he can't throw his boulder at me. So that's pretty okay. It's basically Dark Souls at this point. Wait, there's a guy behind me? Shit. I read a review saying that the enemies, oh god, like will aggro you from across to the other side of the world, which is disconcerting.
Yeah, it's pretty mean to do that.
I'm pretty sure Skyrim did that.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure enemies will at least aggro you for a very long time after the fact. Yeah, this guy is still here. Okay, got him. Okay. I have no more health. That's gonna work out.
This game looks like no fun. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Damn, Ross Hart, you just gonna come out and say that? No fun.
Yeah? No fun.
So here's one of the things that I just killed like a bunch of those dudes. There was like 10 of them. I was actually pretty proud of myself there. It's kind of hard to handle that many enemies.
But it's in Dark Souls when you do something like that. It's really satisfying because the combat is quite satisfying by itself. This just looks like you kind of fumbled your way through that and looked kind of bad.
I did, and I don't really know how I could be better at it. I guess is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't like. Maybe it's like disingenuous to say like it's the game's fault. Maybe I am just bad at this, but I don't feel like I have
It
clear
really doesn't
indications.
look very good. Yeah.
Huh?
It really doesn't look very good.
Yeah. I'm gonna refill my health. I unlocked a new waypoint, the new travel point there, I think, so I can go back there for whatever reason if I so desire. Let's try to go back on a quest a little bit. If not, because let's see here. Let's warp back over that point. And there's these piles of stuff on the ground right here, like these rocks. Like there is like an equipment system where like I picked up a trowel, but it's not good enough to like dig through this dirt right here. I have to get a shovel. I haven't found one yet, so there's like kind of like a Metroidvania aspect to it, I guess. Like you can't access certain parts of the environment until you collect stuff. It's a shame that this game is kind of shoddy, because I really like the atmosphere that it tries to build, and I think the art style is really interesting. It gives it a unique look. Like in that color, it doesn't really stand out too much. You kind of realize, oh, some of these textures aren't great. It looks like I found some stuff here. Okay, some shit went down, it looks like. And like, just look at the sun right here. Like, there's some really good atmospheric stuff about this game. But the part where it is a game, A, is lacking, in terms of options. Like if you choose to go the stealth route, which is like what the game encourages you to do, your only real option is crouch and then try to get headshots and hope that the arrows don't bounce off.
Yeah.
And B, if you try to go like the combat route, you don't have a lot of weapon options or abilities to get out of combat, which is I think a good stealth game is able to do, is give you the ability to exit combat and re-enter a stealth mode, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, I think there's probably old stealth games. As soon as you alerted someone, like you're fucked generally. Like the whole level would either A, aggro you, B, become aware of you, or C, would break some of the objective pacing. In terms of like some stuff won't happen, some stuff will trigger, because now guards are on alert and you can't do this and it sucks. You have to restart at that point.
I would imagine that's probably why it's a nightmare making an open worldish game out of stealth.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool idea. Like, what other game has, like, I guess Metal Gear Ground Zeroes is the thing, right? Like, it is an open world stealth thing.
Open Hamlet.
God damn it. I can't really think of anything else apart from that. It's kind of one of the reasons why I want to check out Ground Zeroes, because it sounds like an interesting concept. Not like concept like Ninja Gaiden Z.
Oh no.
But few things are.
But the concept of Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z is probably the best thing I can say.
And even
it's
that's
probably
like
the best thing
flawed
about
from
that.
like the very beginning, to be honest.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's as good as it gets.
As soon as you say, let's play a Ninja Gaiden game where you're not Rie Hayabusa, like, I don't know why you're playing Ninja Gaiden anymore. Apart from, like, the combat. And, like, the combat doesn't seem anywhere near the same.
You know, the first cutscene in that game is as good as it gets, and it slowly goes down the drain from there.
Yeah. Don't really know what else to show. Let's go back into, I discovered some more clues. Let's see if I can talk to some of these wraiths and try to complete some of these investigations or get a little further in them here. Go back to the dark world here, talk to this man here right here. Okay, so I got some more. So, like, you'll pick up these environments, these objects in the world, and you can say, do you recognize his dented helmet? And he'll give you, and he'll start, because of the nature of death in this game and how, like, spirits are rendered and how they come into existence. Like, this particle effect just looks really bad. They don't remember everything, or they'll misremember things, or they'll have corrupted memories. So once you find these objects in the environment, it will either expand upon their memories, recover their memories, or like redefine their memories.
Right.
It's really interesting. There's really interesting story stuff going on where you're like, I talked to a character, and they gave me the story. I talked to another character, they gave me the same exact story, like the same exact sentence and words and everything like that. And as soon as I showed them the thing, like the story completely changed. It was really weird and really cool. Because it keeps you on your toes. It's not like the most obvious thing. Let's hear.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's like, that's the Betrayer experience, I suppose. It is a very interesting game, not the one that you expect immediately. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be able to back that up in any competent way. Like I don't know about you, in terms of what you've seen, but nothing really here feels, none of the ideas or concepts or anything else in this game don't seem competently well done. Like any single, like I think the closest this game gets is in terms of its atmosphere and graphical stuff, but then like there's a particle effect stuff, like that weird fog stuff. Like it seems to be it's tripping itself up constantly in every single aspect of the game. I don't know what you think.
No, it looks shitty. All that stuff.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I think it's a very cool, interesting game. Otherwise, though, as you said, and I think I'm stuck in this rock.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good place to end it.
Alright, I got out. Woo! You're okay. It involved hitting spacebar a lot and pointing in a certain direction that you normally wouldn't point to. So
well,
I guess
file that bug.
File that bug. I'll file that bug report. Early access, guys. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Oh wait.
No, it's not. Ooh.
Maybe they will fix it. Maybe they'll keep hammering away at this game, trying to figure it out and trying to fix it.
I'm sure they will.
but I don't know, like, even if they solve all the technical stuff, like, all the technical issues, like bugs like that, visual graphic stuff, enemy pathing, like, I don't know if that will fix, like, the core gameplay of this experience where it's just not good in the slightest.
Yeah, it's got too many. You can't polish a turd, basically.
You can polish a turd, but it's still a turd.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So I guess that's Betrayer. Thank you, Ross Hartley, for joining me
That's alright.
on this first impressions of this game. I missed that guy. Fuck. See you later, Ross Hartley.
See you later, Isaac Wagner.